I despise social media liberal news videos that get shared on the internet. Like, you know, those ones on Facebook that you see that go talking about Donald Trump. Now, mind you, I don't support Donald Trump, but still, they're liberal videos, and they kind of annoy me because they have this one lady that's trying to sound nice but sounds arrogant and kind of condescending, and just some of the facts that they present in that video are just plain stupid. NowThis has posted a video talking about immigration. So there are these two girls taking a picture with each other. One of them is wearing a Make America Great Again hat, you know, Donald Trump's logo. And so they're taking a picture together, and then there are these two other people. One of them is a liberal female, one of them is a Trump supporting male. And the female, she reacts to it. Then the male says, I support Donald Trump. And then a little bit of an argument, not really an argument, ensues. I mean, the male doesn't even fight back. That's what's so stupid about this. These videos make it seem so one-sided. This video was shared off of Facebook by one of my Facebook friends, by the way, and so I wanted to respond to it. I would edit this into my video, but the thing is, when I try to download it off of Facebook here, shared by my friend here, it would give me a different video for some odd reason. Like, I got a video of two guys playing nail gun target with each other.
Bam! Oh! That's a bullseye. That's a bullseye right there. You see that?
And another video of this family playing egg toss with each other.
Here we are, we're beginning the annual egg toss.
So those aren't the videos. I got trying to search for this video on YouTube, and I almost suspect that NowThis might have removed it, because I see nothing about this video except a bunch of response videos. And yeah, I think I searched on NowThis's account, NowThis Media's YouTube account, and I searched for it and I couldn't find it on there either. I don't know, I really do suspect that they might have removed it because they realize it's been debunked, it sounds stupid, and just all of that. And even though it's been responded to, even though that this video has got some responses a few times, I'm still wanting to comment on it because we need to knock this issue out of the park, because there's still some liberals out there that will believe all this, or not. Okay, granted, some of the stuff that this video talks about is true, but some liberals will believe all this stuff to, will think they'll use it to back up their own belief of being an illegal immigration apologist. I'm going to put it that way. And so I'm going to show you this video in full screen, but I'm going to record it through my camera. I know that a lot of YouTube accounts do that kind of stuff, and it ends up with a crap video quality, but, you know, like I said, I could not download this video for some reason, so that's what I'm going to do.
I hope they're just doing that for the Instagram.
Look, if I had to choose between Donald Trump and any of the other candidates, you know, I mean, I admire Trump. He says what he thinks. He's not a politician.
He also says he wants to deport 11 million people.
Yeah, but aren't those people here criminals, though?
Okay, the idea that 11 million people just skirted the rules and came to America illegally is a myth. In fact, about 45% of those people entered the U.S. legally and just stayed after their visas expired.
Okay, now that is a fact right there. This video only presents two facts, and the rest of it seems rather opinionated. She says that it's a myth that they just skirted the rules to get here. But then she says about 45% people entered the US legally but just stayed after their visas expired. So they're still here illegally. There's this one point that this one other guy made. Bradley Lopez, Bradley Lopez, whatever his name is, I cannot exactly remember. He made a point about this, and I'm not going to steal from him. Instead, I'm going to edit him as saying it himself.
When 45% of those people stayed after their visas, that's where you're breaking the law. So for you to say, Well, they're not breaking the law. They haven't broken any law. They only stayed after their visas expired. That's breaking the law, you dumbass. I don't understand why people can't get that. If I go into, and I know this is apples to oranges, but this is just an example. If I go to Target closes at 9 o'clock. I get there at 8:55. The people working at Target are assuming I'm going to leave at 9 o'clock because that's what time they close. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready to leave yet. I think I'm going to stay. And then it's 9:30. Then it's 9:45. At some point in time, they're going to say, you know what? You're going to have to leave. And if I don't, then they're going to call the cops. That's the same thing.
And congratulations, Bradley Lopez. Keep up the good work.
Why can't they just extend the visas? I mean, seriously, why can't they just get legal?
It's not like you get here and get to the back of the line like it's a bar. There is no back of the line. If you stay longer than a year and you leave, you can't come back for 10 years.
Alright, I've got a question for that. Like, immigrating or coming to the United States and staying here for 1 year and then leaving and you can't come back for 10 years, that kind of raises some questions. Like, what was the circumstances there? Did they come here to, on vacation, or did they come here on a... Did they come to the United States, get their green card, and did they make the big mistake of leaving the United States before they could officially become a United States citizen? Because I think the way it works is that you come to the United States, you get your green card, and then you have to wait like 3 or 4 years or something like that before you naturally and officially become a U.S. citizen. So if they made the mistake of leaving before they were officially and naturally a U.S. citizen, well then that's their mistake. Now I'm not trying to say that the United States immigration law is 100% perfect. But then again, she's not being specific enough. This liberal lady right here is not being specific enough on this example, so I cannot go on about it too much. But
Just like a bar.
okay, just like a bar. They're making a very bad representation of how conservatives debate. I mean, come on.
Wait, no, it's not like a bar.
Even people who are here as highly skilled workers have trouble staying or getting visa extensions.
Elaborate, please.
It's not as easy as taking a shot of Fireball.
Okay, but why not just fully enforce the immigration laws we already have first? Don't we have to secure the border and stuff?
First of all, when you say fully enforce the law, well, that's the problem. The law is broken and needs to be fixed. And here's a fun fact. More Mexicans are actually leaving the United States than coming here.
Wait.
That is the second fact that they point out. I mean, they show them messages, and at the bottom it says Pew Research to cite the source that they are citing to back this up. And the one saying about how 45% are on overstayed visas, and saying that there are more people leaving than there are coming to the United States. Those are both facts. The rest of this is either unbacked or just opinion. And what she said right there is, it doesn't matter. So, there are more people leaving the United States than coming. There are more people leaving the United States than coming here illegally. So what? How does that justify illegal immigration? I mean, come on.
What?
Look, Donald Trump says he wants to run America like a business, but modernizing our legal immigration system and letting them become citizens would actually add $1 trillion to the economy.
That does not make sense right there. First, she said that modernizing our immigration system would add money to the U.S. economy. Like, how does that work? I do not see how it would unless you plan on cutting border security or something else. She needs to elaborate on that point, or now this media needs to cite a source that actually backs up that claim. A second point I want to make is $1 trillion to the economy. Does legalizing 11 million illegal immigrants add $1 trillion to the national GDP, or does it add $1 trillion to the United States tax revenue? I mean, she just says to the economy, so it's not specific enough. And third point I want to make is, does that include felons? Or what? Because, here's the thing. If they're saying that it adds $1 trillion to the national GDP, that would mean that each one of the 11 million illegal immigrants would have to would have to make over $90,000 a year. But if they're talking tax revenue, that would mean that they would have to contribute over $90,000 a year. And that includes felons and children. So I don't see what the math to that is. So the fourth point I want to make is, now this should cite a source. I mean, that point seemed more opinion than fact. It was totally unbacked. It was totally just stupid.
But, what about crime at the border?
There is no evidence that immigrants commit more crimes than people born here. Like, actually zero.
You should have seen my original reaction to when I heard that. I mean, I was laughing with absolute hysteria of how stupid and arrogant that comment right there was. Because there is evidence that more illegal immigrants commit more crime than the rest of the legal citizenry. Now, she did not actually say illegal immigrants, she just said immigrants. And, that's true. I mean, if you count both legal immigrants and illegal immigrants, they do commit less crime than the rest of the U.S. citizenry. But that's because they're counting legal immigrants. The thing is, our beef is not with legal immigrants. Liberals try to make it look like the conservatives are against all immigration, both legal and illegal. And it just drives me insane. Absolutely bonkers. Our only beef is with illegal immigrants. And yes, illegal immigrants are committing more crime than the rest of the U.S. citizenry. For example, they make up only from 5 to 8% of the population here in the United States. And yet they are about 40%, they make up about 40% of the prison population. That is astronomical right there. They commit from 15 to 54 homicides in every 100,000 people. While the U.S. citizenry, the rest of the U.S. citizenry, commits only about 5 to 5.8 homicides in every 100,000 people. That is a huge difference right there. So, illegal immigrants do commit more crime than legal immigrants, or at least homicides. And even, let's say that if the liberals are right, illegal immigrants do commit less crime than the rest of the U.S. citizenry. Let's say that they're right. Wouldn't it make sense to deport them and secure the border just so that it would drastically decrease crime in general? I mean, even if they do commit less, they still commit a huge chunk. But anyway, her comment right there was just stupid, saying that there is absolutely no evidence, like actually zero. That was plain stupid. Now this media, you are dumb.
Studies even show that first-gen immigrants tend to have lower crime rates than people born in America. We're also not talking about overnight automatic citizenship.
Well, duh. I know that it is a long process. But if you try hard enough, you can become a legal citizen. And like I said, I'm not saying that the law is absolutely 100% perfect, but they're saying right here that the immigration system is dysfunctional and needs to be reformed. They're not bringing up enough examples to make that point.
A pathway to legal citizenship would likely take until 2030 for people here now.
Just a lot to think about.
Think about this. Imagine you were brought here as a child because your parents wanted you to have a better life. Then you grow up and realize that 1, having legal papers is a thing, and 2, yours aren't quite right. They had to find another way to get you here, and look, it's complicated. You had nothing to do with it, but now you're undocumented and called illegal. You walk around in fear that you'll get deported or that your parents will. That's the reality facing so many families right now.
How many of them parents have felony backgrounds? Because, look, I'm going to be quite honest. My dad has a bit of a felony background, and it would be kind of hard for him to immigrate anywhere out of the United States, if at all possible. So, I think that felons should not travel into other countries. I think felons or ex-felons should not travel into our country, just like felons and ex-felons cannot buy a gun in our country. Plain and simple. As far as the rest of them, if you have no felony background, then you should have nothing to hide. It would be a long process, it would be a long, complicated process, but that does not justify breaking the law. You know what's also complicated? Tax law. And yet the IRS is not going to show any mercy to a person that shirked off on paying their taxes or turning in paperwork or some crap like that. And yet these people are not being apologists for that. They're being apologists for illegal immigration. It makes me sick.
Yeah, pretty sobering, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Not if I can help it. Come on. We got some fools to chase down.
I do not know whether at the end there they were trying to say, and that's how you convert somebody who is anti-immigration to your pro-immigration ways. You know, in all honesty, this is not a very convincing video, but if there's anybody out there who is on the fence as far as the issue of immigration goes, and whether they think illegal immigrants are all 100% good. Now, there are some illegal immigrants out there that are innocent of any felonies. The only crime that they've committed is breaking international or national law by immigrating to the United States without anyone's permission, or overstaying a visa in some cases. But this video is not very convincing, and I just wanted to make this video in response to it. Here in the description of NowThis, it says, here's how you can bust your friends who think they know about the immigration issue but actually have no clue. Guess what? I have a clue. I have lots of clues. And you, NowThis media, can go and take this video and shove it up your ass. You're stupid.